flying out from Indianapolis, Indiana to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where we boarded our transportation that took us to the terminal in Miami. And there's our ship, the Allure of the Seas. We met so many great people even before we boarded the ship. We loved these giant propellers in the terminal. And look out that window. That's our ship, guys. It is massive. And here we are about to board. We were so excited. When we came on board ship, we came on deck 5, which was the promenade. As you can see from the crowd of people, we were not the first ones to board the ship. It was very crowded on the promenade, and the first thing people like to do when they get aboard ship is eat. There was a pizza place on this deck, and it was packed. Because of the crowd, we opted not to eat at the pizza place, and we tried to make our way over to the elevators so that we could go to another deck to see what food they had to offer there. We chose to take our luggage with us. We could have dropped it off and they would have taken it to our stateroom when it was ready, but we didn't want to wait on our luggage and we didn't have much, so we just took it along with us. We loved how the elevators told you what day it was. They changed these out every day because when you're on a cruise, you don't know what day it is. Hey guys, we've boarded ship, and so here we are on the Allure of the Seas. Miami skyline is in the background. How awesome is this? What a beautiful day. We've had zero problems getting on. Transportation was great. We're really looking forward to our trip. So this is day 1. We're looking down into what they call Central Park. We'll give you a detailed tour of the ship in a later video, but today we'll show you bits and pieces from our first day on board. We're on deck 16. Looking around, this is the mast bar, and behind or underneath the smokestacks there is the windjammer. That is a popular place to eat here on the ship. So we'll go in there and take a look around. Wow, look at that skyline. I've only been in Miami once in my entire life. I was a senior in high school, and we had a convention here, and I was in Miami, and that's the only time I've ever been in Miami. So let's check out the windjammer. Once we get inside the windjammer, you'll see it was packed with people as well. Not only people, but people and their luggage. There was a line. It was so crowded, so we said, nope, we're going to find another place to eat. This was in the back of the ship. So here's a little of the shipping yard that's right outside the ship, and the parking garage. If you drive to the port, that's where you would park your car. We had zero issues with our shuttle. It came actually earlier than it was supposed to, and they got us here earlier than we needed to be. Thankful about that, because sometimes transportation can be a nightmare when you're traveling. So then we made our way to the front of the ship, to the solarium. This was an adults-only area because there was no children allowed here. It was just a quieter space for people to hang out. And as you can see, there's a wall of windows and a lot of chairs that you can watch out the windows to see where you're going. There was also several hot tubs on this level of the ship. And so this is where we finally eat, is the restaurant right outside the solarium. We ended up spending a lot of time in this area. It was a beautiful part of the ship. And finally, we were able to get some food. There was a nice little buffet on this deck, and the food was absolutely delicious. And you can tell my plate because I had some desserts. The desserts were phenomenal. But the food was really good all throughout the ship. We have no complaints at all. Inside the glass enclosure is the actual buffet and restaurant, but it was very crowded inside there. It was also air conditioned, but we opted to sit outside. It was a little warm out there, but it was great. After we ate, we got word that our stateroom was ready. So we took off to the 9th floor. That's where our stateroom was located. This is our 4th cruise, and always before we've gotten a balcony. This time we got an inside stateroom. We had no idea what to expect and how large it might be. We were in room 537 on the 9th floor. We were pleasantly surprised at how large the stateroom was. We didn't know what to expect, but it was rather large, a lot larger than what we expected. There was a king-size bed, a little seating area. They had a nice-sized closet on the other side of the bed. There was a desk, a makeup area, the bathroom. We were very pleased with how large this room was. They had a full-length mirror, which made it nice when you're getting ready for formal night. And then the bathroom. It was small, but it was big enough. Keith took his showers in the morning, and he said he had hot water. I took mine in the evening, and my water was just warm, not hot. So the bathroom wasn't anything to write home about, but it's your typical bathroom on a cruise ship. Overall, we were very pleased with our room, and we really didn't miss the balcony or the porthole that we had had in our previous cruises. Everyone had to complete the safety information, which you could do from the app, and you had to visit your muster station before we could set sail. Once we got settled in our room, we went back down to the promenade. And as you can see, people are still boarding the ship. Just look how massive this ship is. With the elevators going up, it's just unbelievable. We took a little walk on the boardwalk, and this was located in the back of the ship. You can see now why we walked over 15,000 steps a day while on this cruise. It was a long way from one end of the ship to the other. This was the back of the ship, and this is where a lot of the activities are on board. There's even zip lining on this ship. I'm not sure that I would want a room facing the boardwalk. I think it would be very noisy, especially during the evening. From high diving shows to rock climbing walls, this ship had it all. There was entertainment everywhere, and just about any activity that you would want to do, they had it. We've done all of this, and we haven't even left port yet. Here we are, still in Miami. The Carnival Conquest, the ship to the left, set sail right before we did. It's safe to say this guy has done this before. He was really good. We didn't try this for obvious reasons. We wanted to enjoy our cruise and not be injured.
We'd like to remind you that the safety briefing is mandatory for all guests. Currently we're showing some guests who still need to complete it. Unfortunately, we cannot allow anyone who has not completed it to sail with us today. So please do take care of it as soon as possible. It's simple. All you need to do is check in at your assigned assembly station, which you can find on the Royal Caribbean app, the back of your stateroom door, and
You could even play mini golf on the ship, and this girl is coming in hot. We then made our way back to the front of the ship as the ship was getting ready to set sail. People gathered right on the end of the ship so they could watch us take off. And what a view it was. To our left, we could see Miami Beach. We had a bird's eye view from the solarium. It was gorgeous. After the ship set sail, we went back down to the promenade. On the promenade, once the ship gets out into international waters, then they set up a big sail. It's all roped up until we get out into the waters. Then you can buy things, not pay tax or tariffs. Our first night, we ate in the silk dining room. It was not our assigned dining room because ours didn't open until 7:30 p.m. We didn't want to eat that late, so we chose to eat here. We only had to wait about 15 minutes to be seated. When we signed up for My Time Dining, we didn't realize that that dining room didn't open up until late. This dining room opened at 5:30. That's closer to the time we're used to. They started off every meal with bread. For my appetizer, I chose the spinach artichoke dip. It was very good. Keith chose the chilled shrimp cocktail for his appetizer. He thoroughly enjoyed it. For my entree, I chose the spaghetti bolognese, and my mouth still waters looking at this. It was so good. Keith chose the pan-roasted fish fillet, which was white fish. He thoroughly enjoyed his entree as well. For my dessert, I chose the royal cheesecake. It was delicious. It was one of the best cheesecakes I've ever eaten. Keith chose the dark chocolate custard for his dessert. After dinner, we walked back through the Royal Promenade. This was the Bolero, and it was quite lively. We then saw some family karaoke, which was fun to watch. We then made our way to the top deck to watch the sunset. Does it get any more beautiful than this? It was simply gorgeous. Watching the sunset, feeling the ocean breeze against our skin. It's been 9 years since our last cruise, and this made us realize how much we have missed cruising. This is what it's all about. Seeing the ocean as far as your eye can see. It's so peaceful. Be sure to join us for next week's video as we come ashore to Coco Cay, Bahamas. So beautiful. We'll see you next time on Retired and Loving It.